Good morning, my darlings. I hope you're having beautiful days today. Welcome to my introductory video for this new moon in Scorpio at 20 degrees. Honest to goodness, we're just now feeling it, but like the title of this video states, like we're forever changed. All of us, the entire planet, every single being on this planet is different now. So we're going to deep dive into a little bit of the astrology. I have the tarot cards that represent this decan of the astrological wheel. So we're going to talk a little bit about leadership, how you might be feeling, some validation, a little bit of everything, a little bit of everything that is Sarah. So welcome to my multidimensional cafe. If we have not met, my name is Sarah. I am a starseed, a mystic, a healer, a spiritual counselor as a human being. I come from corporate. My human avatar was training teams for the better part of 10 years. And after my spiritual awakening, I really could never go back. So my intention for you today is offer a little bit of understanding as to kind of what is going on within the spiritual realm, a little bit of the woo-woo, a little bit of the astrology. I love using the astrology because it's literally just history, math, and patterns, but we're forever changed. Things are going on the planet that are making us different. I don't know about you, but I've got this face on like, is this how to human? Is this how to human? Okay. And what you might be experiencing is a lot of relationship change. Those relationships also could include the death of, people around you. There's death on all different areas of the planet. There's people are leaving this planet left and right, and we must not, I can't in any way tell you that what we're experiencing right now is not biblical or extraordinarily painful, extraordinarily intense. Intense is like feelings are so feely right now, and it might not make sense. A lot of this might not make sense, but I'm here to offer validation for you that you are not alone in any capacity. That's something very, very specific as to when you feel alone in the dark, you don't recognize how powerful you are. So as a divine feminine queen, I can see your divine feminine, your divine masculine within you, and you're a king, a queen, a god, a goddess, a light worker, a starseed, just amongst human beings. And waking up can be really, really scary. You might feel like you're waking up in the middle of something really cuckoo pants. You absolutely are. You absolutely are, my friend. So I'd love to offer that validation for you. Please go grab your coffee or tea and pause this video. I'm going to use my smoky quartz. That's one of my new best friends right now. And grab your journal, your coffee, tea. I have, like I said, actually, I've attempted to start this video introduction a few times. So I have some organic chai and some warm water. So please take a moment and pause the video and go get your things. I'll wait. And I'm also going to start incorporating a little bit of my creative expression in all of this because there are songs for me that coincide with the new moons and the full moons. There's food that coincide with the new moons and the full moons. So I'm really going to be expressing the full Sarah for you in these videos. So please always ask questions, always comment below. Please subscribe to the channel if you are keen, if this information resonates with you. It is an exceptional community that we have right here. It's pretty great. So let's get into it. We'll start with the dates for this new moon. And please comment below if I do not list the time zone that you're in, and I can research it and include it in the introductions. So for Central Standard Time, we're looking at the 13th of November at 3:27, and this is military time. For the Gold Coast in Australia, we have 13 November at 19:27. And for Eastern Standard Time, Gloucester, that's where I am, we are at the 13th of November at 4:27. And I've seen the number 27 all over the place, for the past few weeks. So I found that to be interesting when I pulled that up today. And this new moon is happening in the sign of Scorpio. at 20 degrees. So definitely find where that is falling in your personal astrological chart. If you do not have that information, please send me an email directly. We can do a personalized one-on-one reading. And like I've highlighted before, in January of 2024, some of my prices are going to be changing, and the way that I offer one-on-one sessions is going to be changing. I'm going to have a recorded video as well as a live price. So everything is going to be just kind of changing. So if you are keen for my one-on-one rate right now and all of the different things that I have to offer, please send me an email and we can talk about that and book at my current price. So those will be going up at the beginning of the year. So I would love to also plant a seed that if you have not watched the November 2023 introductory video, that's definitely going to be a good one, as well as the Scorpio season introductory video. These are all different lenses that overlay the date of what we're going through right now. And we have some interesting oppositions that are going on. And so I would just love for you to have access to that information before we get started here, because I'm not going to repeat myself in this video. But so right now we have the sun. The sign of Scorpio. This is the lions and tigers and bears portion of the chart. This is the general wheel that starts over here in Aries and goes all the way around to Pisces. So we're in the 8th house. Deep, dark transformation, death and rebirth. This is like fixed negative water energy. And as Pam Gregory has stated, there's so much fixity going on right now. We have so many planets in fixed signs. So there's a little bit, even within us, we're the micro of the macro, like we are the only one here. So anytime you see things happening on the other side of the planet or somewhere else, or even in the person in front of you, that's a reflection of you. So if you feel like this is my way and I need it to be this way, then that's a lot of the astrology that's going on. And it can almost be a little bit, unhinged, maybe irrational. Like so much of this is just very, you can tell brazenly what side of the street people are on, aka what timeline they're on. And that's without judgment. There's no right or wrong way to do what it is that we're doing as human beings right now. None of this has been done before. The amount of information, the amount of upgrades, the amount of light codes, the amount of blue light, the amount of every single thing that we as human beings are receiving, the amount of ancestral trauma and karmic debts that we are ending, the amount of contracts that we are closing, the amount of massive, massive change that we're making on our internals is beyond what we have ever had to deal with. Just yesterday, I was watching this intuitive, this psychic, this really beautiful, beautiful woman. And she was talking about her November predicting videos. And I'll see if I can, I'll find it and I'll put the link for that below, because it just really made me, she's like, I've been an intuitive and I've been doing this for 30 years. And November is the biggest change, like the biggest energetic intensity that we've ever experienced in our lifetime. And it was just so like, calm, cool, and collected. I love it because I'm sitting there like sometimes doing healings on myself and I'm like physically convulsing and I'm just like, this is normal. This is normal. This is fine. You're okay. It's all for the greater good, darling. It's all for the greater good. We're in it together. All in this together. Whoa, I don't know where that came from. Sorry. So we have the sun and the moon. And the reason that I offer the time periods is because everyone on the planet gets a new moon. It just means that it is the exact moment where the sun and the moon are conjunct together in the sky at 20 degrees. And like I stated in the November introductory video, it's oppositions galore. The one that we have going on right now is that the sun and the moon are in complete opposition of Uranus, and Mars is there by like 2 degrees. So yeah, Mars is at 22 degrees of Scorpio. We have the sun and the moon at 20 degrees of Scorpio. And then I have Uranus retrograde at 21 degrees of Taurus. And like, This guy's been sitting here for a very long time. This is a very, very far out of planet. And this is kind of galactic lightning bolt energy, if you will. There's no time period to Uranus. It's just like, you don't know when or where or how it will happen. But utilizing this energy, normally a new moon is the perfect time to manifest. Perfect time to manifest. But right now, the way that I've been feeling is so much of what's coming out and what is blossoming. You've been planting these seeds for a very, very, very long time. You've been doing this work for a very long time. And it might feel as though the God of your understanding, the universe, has left you out. That you've seen the people around you receiving their blessings. You've been seeing the people around you like deciding to do something, putting in the effort, and then getting it, and then they're out of your life, and you're just sitting there like, when's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore the shores above? That's how we're feeling right now, and in the most grateful of ways. In the most grateful of ways. I don't know anyone that is the beings that are doing the work, yourself included, the beings that are in this understanding and utilizing the energies and becoming the most authentic versions of themselves. I don't know anyone in that community that is not just sitting there like, no, I trust God. Yeah. Oh no, everything's been removed. But I'm just looking ahead. Oh yeah, that dumpster that's on fire. Yeah. Oh, it's right there. I know. Yeah. No, but I'm focused ahead. So it is not blind faith. It is just irrationally focused. I need us irrationally focused on our greater good, on our goals. It's a balance. Like, don't be naive, and don't, when we are in the millionaire's mindset or something like that, we act as if. But still tend to your things, still pay your bills, still call the people, even if it's just $1 to everybody. Take care of the things that need to be taken care of so that you do not have anything distracting you from your focus. Does that make sense? Okay. So over here, and like I said, I'm not going to completely repeat myself as far as like what Scorpio season means and what's going on in November, but this is the money axis that we're on. So the second house is run by Taurus, which is a fixed negative earth sign. And then we have Scorpio, which is a fixed negative water sign. So again, so much fixity over here. In this house, this is kind of what we value. Money, please, access to resources. And people are resources. So this is our immediate, like, what do we value? And if you have not watched these introductory videos, I would just recommend that you list your top 5 values. And then also the top 5 people in your life. And it is okay if you are on your top 5 people, if people on YouTube, there was a time that Bob Proctor was like top 2. Myself and Bob Proctor and God were the top people. And then if God, the God of your understanding, is on that list, it is okay to set physical boundaries with people. Please go back and watch the Relationships Are Drastically Changing and How to Navigate video. I would love to recommend that for you because we're in it. That's the nodal transit that's going on right over here. So we're all in it, and it is just taking so many hands to hold. Like, this takes a village to do, and you're finding your village in this process, if that makes sense. So let's go into the astrology a little bit, and then I'll parlay over into the tarot. So this house can be very scary. It can be very scary for a lot of people. Again, this is death and rebirth. I've had a few of my community members comment on the relationship video about how there is a lot of death around us right now. And I have a few videos for free on my YouTube channel about how death is different nowadays, a little bit of how to navigate that. I think for a few years I've been talking about that. I became a minister in 2021, in January 2021, I want to say, because of the amount of death that is here and coming and happening. And this is difficult stuff. I'm not going to sugarcoat that again in any capacity, but for this video, I'm just going to take a little bit of my ego out of it and say we cannot judge the souls that are helping with the awakening and the ascension. Because this is scripted, this is contracted, this is prophesized, that we go into a community, a 5th dimensional unity consciousness. That is just the way that things are going to go. So if you have people in your life that have passed on either to represent something for that community, to be like, holy crap, this youngster died, let's all look at our health and wellness. Let's stop doing the things that we know are exploding people's hearts. Let's really just call a truce and just say, I'm sorry, neighbor. I know I've screamed at you because of your political views before, but I obviously share something in common because I live next door to you. So why don't we just like call it, I don't need to, the scene from Kicking and Screaming where like, he's like throwing the leaves over on the other side of the yard is just like, is it Mike Ditka? Is that? I think so. So years ago, before my spiritual awakening, when I was traveling the world and I had just really said to myself, like, what is it that's going to bond people, whether they're awakened or not? What actually brings people together? And it's loss. It's brazen death. It's brazen to the point of like, you just have to experience the gratitude for what you do have. And it's so, without judgment, but in my human avatar's opinion, a little unfortunate that it needed to come to that. But again, I do not judge the souls that are actively choosing to leave this planet. It is so intense. It is so, like, just walking to the cafe to get a cup of coffee is so intense. And I'm not saying that as a ticket to lay down and check out. Just know that the desire to do that right now is beyond powerful. The desire to drink too much, smoke too much, scroll too much, just completely avoid your experiences and not feel them fully. The desire is literally like, so stay the course. Stay your own course. Not what anyone else is telling you to do, but what your soul is guiding you to do. So, with Mars in the mix over here and Uranus in the mix, it's just like a supercharged, supercharged, super powered new moon. And it kind of, to me, has a little bit of the reverberation of the eclipse season that we just had, or at least the lens of how to utilize this energy to manifest. Where, like I had said, and like a lot of other astrologers have said during eclipse time, it's not so much like I'm manifesting what my human wants and I'm releasing what my human doesn't want. This is, why did my soul come to this planet to be helpful during this time? And if we're straying off course, eclipse season is going to smash us back on track. So there was a lot of loss, there was a lot of fighting, there was a lot of upheaval, there was so much going on, but we're still within that energy. I mean, I'll definitely highlight the work of Pam Gregory. I'll put the link to her page below. And it's about like 6 months, I think, eclipse energy, eclipse to eclipse. So know that we're in, just like the micro, I'll be the micro to the macro. I have the Scorpio season video. I have the November video. And then we have the relationships are changing. And then I have the new moon video. So these are all lenses over the exact same view. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's the micro of the macro of the world. So I think that was good. My guides are saying, yes, that was good. And also, that November video that I told you about, I'm going to put the link to that woman's page. She did an interview with Pam Gregory, so I feel really, really bad that I'm forgetting this woman's name, but I really appreciate her. And finding other teachers and healers that are recommended from people that I've been following for a long time is usually how my teachers and guides kind of spread, which is really interesting and really exciting. And also remember, especially in Scorpio season, and I think in Taurus season at the beginning of this year, I think the full moon that we had in Scorpio could have been an eclipse, but don't quote me on that. I think that the title of that video was Trust No One But Yourself, Including Me. A lot of this is going to make absolutely no sense until it makes sense. The God of your understanding will prevent you from seeing certain things until the second you need to see it. So if things aren't slapping, just go above. I want this, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting this. Okay, I want health, I want wealth, I want happiness for everyone in my life with no harm coming to any. No harm coming to any. So if it's not slapping, it's on purpose. supercharged energy, super duper charged energy in these two houses. But because the money house over here, we have Jupiter retrograde and we have Uranus retrograde, whereas our inner planets, the Sun, the Moon, and Mars, are all scooting over here and they're all going direct. Sarah, what does any of that mean? If things are slow monetarily, look at your inner tribe, look at your values, look at do the people in my inner tribe share the same values? Because like I had said in my relationships video, and something that is just known information, your nervous system is affected by the nervous system of the people in your life. Like, yes, strangers, and yes, as more telepathic, empathetic spiritual beings, we can kind of get a vibe of like how the person in front of us is feeling. But this is different. If someone in your everyday life that you choose to share more community space with is constantly in fight or flight, is constantly in triage, constantly in lack, you're going to feel the way that feels. You can be focused on your greater goods, but you're going to physically feel like that. So definitely go watch the relationships video. I think that could be helpful for you. Let's look at what's going on. So we have Venus over here in the sign of Libra in our 7th house of relationships, and we have the South Node also in that house. So again, relationships are changing, but with Venus and Libra, I feel like a lot of people are going to find a little bit of acceptance, a little bit of the end of the stages of grief, whether that be like, I don't have energy to hate anymore. I don't have energy for this fight anymore. I don't have energy. Sorry, my hair that's stuck in my glasses. I don't have energy for that negativism or that like boundary anymore. I'm just living my life and I'm just taking up as much space as necessary for me, and I'm worthy of that space. So if you do not think that I'm worthy to take up space, Mars and Scorpio, opposite Uranus just by itself, watch out. Watch out. Like, if you don't think that I'm worthy of taking up space, I'm going to kindly remind you that I am, with very, very strict words. And then that's it. I'm going to just keep my boundary. It's so okay to do that. If someone is telling you that you're not worthy of taking up the amount of space that you take up on this planet, they're not meant to be in your life, and you tell them that. You tell them that. Say, I love you, but I love you from a very safe distance, and you do not have access to my personal life anymore. Thank you so much. I also want us to really be cognizant of the fact that Venus and Libra, with the South Node in Libra, in no way are they connected. Venus is going to be at 5 degrees of Libra, and the South Node is still at 23 degrees retrograde of Libra. Just don't be fooled. Just don't be fooled. Honestly, the song that had originally come through for this reading was I Put a Spell on You. But, I didn't want to be judgmental. Some of my most powerful moments in life are when I was under the woke spell. So I don't have judgments. We're all under some version of a spell. We all have sleeper cells in us. Because we participate in this reality. Our souls are cleansed and clear. They're up there in the space of space that we come from. But as human beings, we chose to come to an imperfect area to learn certain lessons, which is super, super cool. Super cool. What else is kind of happening over here? We have Saturn over here in Pisces that went direct on the 4th. Yeah, on the 4th. So Pisces placements, and we all have Pisces in our chart, so check where 0 degrees of Pisces is in your chart. That little squeeze of like, I got this whitehead that I just have been trying to get out and it won't come out for some reason. It's probably just going to like, I want it better. Feel a little bit better. But Pisces placements, especially in like the first decan, or the first little bit. Yeah, I'd say like the first decan for me. You'll feel a little bit of like a understanding, or like I had said before, if God is preventing you from seeing something, there'll be a little bit more of a clear, like, oh my God, I thought I had to work forever until I die, but now if I just do this one thing, I can just make money in my sleep. It'll just make a little bit more sense. Saturn retrograde is like our disciplinary and just being like, it was a confusing time, as well as I'm going to do probably by the end of this year a whole video. I did one in the beginning of March, I think, of 2023 about how mental health is no joke right now. But the past year for me personally has been one of the most intense, terrifying mental health years of my entire human life. And I'm really grateful that it's behind me. Really grateful that it's behind me. But I know that when I'm going through something so intense, I know it's for my community. I know it's for my students and my flock and my team. So I can say, hey, I've experienced this. This is how you differentiate between an intrusive thought and your own thought. Because a friend of mine, at the beginning of this year, and I forget exactly where she had heard the phrase, because when it comes to intrusive thoughts and when it comes to anxiety and depression, it's you're being lied to in your own voice. Let that sink in. Not all your thoughts are valid. Not in any possible capacity. You are not your thoughts. Yes, your thoughts create your reality, but you have to actively be able to differentiate between what are my thoughts, what is the God of my understanding, what does my higher self sound like, what does my future self sound like, what does my inner child sound like, and what does my inner adolescent sound like, because they will fuck your life up. Pardon me for swearing. I'm really trying to not swear as much in my videos, but your inner teenager, if you're letting them run your human avatar ship, they will purposefully sabotage your life for the attention that you didn't get as a teenager. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So please comment below if you have questions about that. But I feel as though, astrologically speaking, I've given a lot of tips and tools, and we're going to deep dive into that in each individual reading. I do rising sign individual readings, but they can always be watched by the sun, moon, and rising. So you can watch for your big three. I always do as well. When I channel in these videos, I go back and watch them, and because I forget what I say in these as well as in sessions, when I'm channeling, things just kind of come through. But please know that if you don't know your rising, you don't know your chart, you do not have to just watch for your sun sign to get the vibrations of it. But if you're ever interested, you can reach out directly. I can walk you through it. It is very easy to find a complimentary online free natal birth chart. Actually, I have the link for Pam Gregory's page below. She has a link on her page to a free birth chart. So, and all different things. So I'm going to share the wealth there. But we all have a grid. We all have a grid. So let's get into the tarot. The tarot. So, what is it? 11 to 20 degrees of Scorpio. This card right here. This card right here. So, how do you feel when you see this card? It's the Six of Cups. Maybe a little nostalgic. Maybe reminds you of family. Home. Home is a place. So I've been in Whitney's world. It's been beautiful and lovely and wonderful. So, and it can be ancestral gifts. This could be generational gifts. This is, to me, for this new moon, your ancestors coming down and just showering you water energy with blessings, with knowing, with understanding. So just be open to your dreams. Be open to how you're going to be receiving this information. And if you've never connected to your spirit family before, or to your ancestors before, or to your dead relatives before, let me know how I can help. I'd love to give you some tools and tricks as to how you can connect with them. So if you are interested, I do have an intuitive question. It's for $40, and I'll send you a recording for, I think it's like 10 preferred minutes, but maybe up to 15 if we need to. So if you have one specific question, just send me an email and send a payment along, and then I can answer that for you. So if you're ever interested, please let me know. But very, very cute little card. Cute, cute, cute little card. And the one that comes right after that, which is 21 degrees of Scorpio. So I wanted to pull the what's next right after this, because this just goes to 20. So then the next card is this one here. So to me, Whenever I see this, it reminds me to slow the F down and to not make decisions out of my ego, not make decisions out of greed or misunderstanding or desperation. Just wait your turn. What is meant for you is only meant for you. There's no one that can take what is meant for you. Truly, on this planet, there's no competition. There's infinite energy, infinite things available for infinite beings. It is just, there's absolutely no lack on this planet. So if there's ever lack mentality, that's a sleeper cell, or that's a program that we have to unravel. There's no competition unless we want healthy competition. You know, there's games and sporting events, and there's a winner and a loser. If you ain't first, you're last. Remember that. So that's what's coming. That's 21 to 30 degrees of Scorpio. And that card's ruled by Venus. This card ruled by the sun. So fascinating. And then I pulled a few cards just to see kind of like what's going on right now and what we needed to see. So this was the first one that came out, which is the first part of Scorpio season. Fascinating. So again, loss, somberness. I cannot tell you. I know that I am always like, hey, everybody, what's going on? I am like that on purpose to show you that if I can see brazen death and all of these issues and all of this negativism and all of the terribleness and all of the things that I've gone through in my human avatar's life and come back with this beautiful little grin, you can too. But feel it all. Feel it all. Don't get stuck here, though. Don't get stuck here. You know, right side up. You just enjoy himself. This is celebration. This is like a hearty meal. This is just, also it can be a little bit of, in the midst of this multidimensional metaphysical battle, what are you thankful for? What are you grateful for? Sometimes just a nice home-cooked meal is a frickin' win. It's a frickin' win. Yeah. The other day, I went to the store. I got like a whole roast chicken. Cooked it for 2 hours for myself. I know I'm gonna make soup later this weekend. I'm so excited. So that one, yeah. Here comes the sun, do do do. Here comes the sun. I said it's alright. Do 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 do. I want you to look at this card. There's no one coming. Those ties don't even cover their legs. They can leave at any time. So I found this to be our, not like warning, but if you're in the stages of grief, be present in them. Do not rush that process. Feel every single thing that you need to feel. But the moment you start to recognize that you are labeling these traumas on your lapel and saying, I'm this way because this happened to me. I'm this way because that happened to me. This person died and I didn't get anything from it. And this happened and I wasn't there. And this and this and me. And y'all know, we only speak from I statements around here. So we can, as leaders and as personal growth and development beings, sound selfish to people that are not doing this work. But I need you to speak from I statements, but no on the me. No on the me. What's underneath it all? Literally, we have freed ourselves from so many paradigms, contracts, ancestral generational curses, all of these different things. We're tired. It's okay to be tired. It's okay. I'm tired too. So just take some pressure off. Yeah. It's all for the greater good, darling. It's all for the greater good. Anything else underneath? Yeah, do not go back to them. For the love of God, don't go back. Do not go back. I know that they sound like they've changed their ways. They haven't. Don't do it. Venus and Libra will make you think that you need somebody in your bed to keep you warm. Just turn the heat up a little bit. Get a hot water bottle. Get a pillow and put it between your legs. Do whatever you need to do to not go back. because what's going on right now is something that you have been working on for a very, very, very long time, if not your entire existence. Like, this is your time. Don't go back now. Yeah, he's lying to you, or she's lying to you. Whoever it is lying to you. So, is there anything else? I'm going to ask my guides if there's anything else. If you feel alone in the dark, just light a candle. Because sometimes when you are the candle, you can't see that you're the candle. Some of you don't recognize that you brighten the lives of everyone around you. Include yourself in the warmth that you provide by taking care of your body, drinking clean water. Cry, 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 baby. Feel it all. Feel your emotions, wherever you are in the present moment. Never run and hide from your feelings. Never run from the person in front of you when you see a tear starting to pour down your face. Feel it in front of them and show them what authentic, vulnerable communication, honest communication looks like. Stand proud in your tears. Others are too afraid to show their true face to the world. Show them how powerful you are by feeling every feeling that you can feel. Thank you. Oh, my hands got all sweaty on that one. That was so much fun. I'm gonna drink some water if you'd like to join me on that. The clearer we stay, the clearer we stay and the more grounded we stay, the more connected we will be. And so it's a really like, chop wood, carry water, as my healer says to me all the time. And it's a Buddhist proverb. It's like, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Things are good, chop wood, carry water. When things are awful, chop wood, carry water. So what is your chop wood, carry water, aka your spiritual grounding practice that you do every single morning and every single night to make it so that in this completely cuckoo pants, upside down, magical world that we're living in, you can navigate. You can navigate. And as always, if there is a specific type of a tool that I mention that you are very, very interested in, that you think that a lot of other people in this community could also benefit from, please comment below. Please comment below or highlight the time on the video that you were like, right here, Sarah, deep dive into this. Please help me help you. Help me help you. Any sort of direction would be so, so, so wonderful. And as always, I keep links below for my PayPal, for my Venmo. I have a Patreon donation. I think it's $3 a month, which is, I'm keen for anything that you would like to offer. The more I receive, the more I give, the more I receive, and the more you give, the more I can give. It's my absolute pleasure to be here and to offer this information for you. But if you're ever interested, the absolute best way to help Sarah is by donation. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. What 2 questions do you have for me? What in this video might have been a little bit confusing, or what would you like me to deep dive more into? If you feel comfortable and confident, please share with the group what you're going through, maybe where on the planet you are, so that we can kind of remind ourselves that we are not so different. We're not. In my opinion, there are no living gurus on this planet. Everyone has access to this information. It's just finding the right tools to get you there. Yeah, if somebody, pardon me for getting a little inappropriate right here, but if you poop on the toilet the same way that I do, you are no better. No, ma'am. And you don't have a better connection to God. Some of us just chose to go first, to light the way, to take this divine light machete and cut through the matrix for you, just to be like, hey, everything that you're going through is actually a simulation and you can manipulate the energies as you so choose, but the whole thing is just like, that's what's going on right now. And as the channel that I've been following my entire life, Lazarus, and I'll put the link to the Lazarus material. It's been around since I want to say like the 70s or something like that. In 2021, one of his first channels back after COVID it was never meant to get this dark. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even with the astrology, even with everything that's going on, it was never meant to get this dark. And it's biblical, what's going on. Yeah. Truly biblical. On my Instagram page, I'm just going to plant a seed. I have a little bit of a quantum healing for you. I'm covered in paint and doing artistry to help you cut ties to music that takes bits of your soul. So that link is always in the description to my Instagram, or my handle is always in the description. I think the link is in my About section on YouTube, but please go watch that and just recognize that it is. Yeah, it is that cuckoo pants. It's that cuckoo pants. Yeah. That artists you've loved forever are actually just like so on the dark side. And it's sad to see. It's like I was I'll just leave you with this. I don't wish sadness, pain, hurt, death on anyone. And I can recite every single episode to friends. Every single episode, all 10 seasons. I would watch it like before we had all the things. We had to like run and go pee when there was a commercial and run back and stuff like that. And it's just like, I missed an episode once on season 9 because I was on the phone with a boy for a little while. And I literally was just like, I can't even believe that I'm missing this right now. I'll never forget that. I was like, I missed an entire episode. It's terrible. But if you went to the island a lot and you were comfortable with that behavior, it's actually a beautiful thing for those souls to find freedom outside of their human bodies. So I don't want to sound like I'm not compassionate for someone who's passed away. But again, if you went to the island numerous times and you know what happened on the island, I'll just leave that there. It's that crazy. It's that cuckoo pants. That's it. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to really deep dive into the individual readings. And like I had said at the beginning of this video, my rates and the way that I offer one-on-one sessions are completely changing starting January 1st of 2024. So if you're interested in the one-on-one sessions at the rate that I have, in the live capacity that I have them, please reach out directly and we can book a one-on-one session. Even if the booking goes into January and you book it before then, we'll still utilize the pricings that I have now, because things are going to, my one-on-one live pricing is going to be changing. I'm going to be offering more recorded content for you. I'm going to have a new moon and full moon program that I'll send you individual readings before the new moon and the full moon. I'll have my $40 intuitive questions. I have that available now, but that's something that if you are really, really in need, please reach out directly, send the $40 payment, and we will take care of that. Like, you are not alone. You are not alone in any possible capacity. And I'm keen to offer as much as I possibly can to you in a complimentary way. I just need to be advocating for my human avatar a little bit more than I have been as far as like my complimentary content. So that's why I'm going to be planting those seeds more often. Alrighty, Rooney, I think that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the individual readings, and you're doing great. There's no blueprint for this. Yeah, never been done before. I love you.